What's up, y'all? Okay. Hey, y'all. It's me, Michelle from Glitz to Glam Glitter and Crafts. And today we are going to be making graduation buttons. All right. So these came out super cute and it actually matches with the stole that I made the other day that I made the video on. So these are going to be the 3-inch buttons that we're going to work on. And I'm going to be doing this in Canva because, of course, Canva is my thing now. And this is how they look when they're on. Let's see. I like the 3-inch ones because they're bigger and you got more space. So see, looky, you see? They came out nice, right? All right, so I have a tutorial on how to do this. So we are going to start fresh from Canva. This is going to be a full tutorial. We're going to start fresh on Canva. We're going to make our background. We're going to put the words on there. We're going to take the background out the picture. And then we are going to use our button press to actually press the button. So I'm about to show you everything, okay? This video is not going to be an hour like the last one. So y'all ain't got to yell at me, all right? So let's go. Okay, so to get started, so the buttons that I work with are 3 inches. So I'm just going to go here to custom size, change the units to inches, the width from 3 to 3, and hit create design. So we're going to come in here. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to choose a frame and it's going to be a circle. So my circle is here. If you don't see a circle, you can hit see all and then click on that. Now I'm choosing a frame because I actually want this to ombre like I did the stole. So I'm just going to resize this to 3 by 3. And if you remember the stole that I did the other day, it looks like this. And so we're just going to have it match with that. So I'm just going to use the black to the orange. So I'm going to go here and I was hoping that that ombre would show up there, but I guess not. So I'm going to click on the circle and then I'm going to go here to color. And so we are going to click on add a new color and then we're going to go to gradient. So I'm going to choose the color black. And then this is going to be black also. And then we are going to pick a gold color also. So I'm going to go somewhere in here like this. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the way the gradient looks. So I don't know if I wanted to go like this or this way or this way. I think I kind of want to do a circle. So we're going to do a different gradient. I thought it was going to look nice, but I don't think I'm going to like that. So we're just going to go from bottom to top. So I'm just going to do it like I do my stoles. So it's just going to have like a little bit of a gradient to it. So bring this down. I'm going to have that and then that can stay there. Copy, blah, blah, blah. And if you see my other video, how I do my ombres, you know, I come up here and then grab just like a deeper, darker color that fades into that. And then you can kind of see how I ombre it from there. So I like how that looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep it like that and we're going to bring in the picture that she wants to use. Now, before we do that, we are going to lock this in so that way when we bring the picture in, it doesn't it doesn't like drop itself in there. So we're going to remove the background. Then we're just going to size it. And what we're going to do is, so when you're doing these, it's going to take just a little bit from around the edge. So you want to make sure that you don't go all the way to the edge. So I usually leave a little bit of space up here and down here, and you'll see why once I start making the button. So what we're gonna do is, she didn't say specifically what she wanted on here, so she told me to just do my thing and then just send it to her. So she liked the stole that I made. I didn't have to make any changes, which was great. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add, because we can definitely put his name. So we're gonna put Armani. And then what I might do is I might have his name coming this way. So I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of new things, how to curve the text. So I think I might, or actually, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put his name down this side of him over here. So I'm going to put his name there. And then I'm going to add another text box. So I'm going to put congratulations over here. And this is going to go around this part here. And then I'm going to add, let me see, do I want to put this in here? Either this one or I'm not sure exactly how I want to do. I hate when the customers just leave it up to me. I mean, sometimes I do like it because then I can just like do my thing and I can kind of play around with stuff. But then sometimes I'm like, man, I don't even know what to do right now. So it's all up to like, it all depends on like how you are with editing though. So I think with this, okay, so I might leave this here. I'm not sure. So let's get into these, the text. So like I said, I want to curve it around this circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click up here to effects, and then I'm going to scroll down to where it says shape. I'm going to curve it. Now, when you curve it, if you scroll down some more, it tells you how, or you can adjust the curve on it. So this is obviously too curvy. So I'm just going to turn it, and then I'm going to put it up to where I want it to be so I can see how much curve I need. So like I said, make sure you leave some space on that edge because that edge is going to go over the actual pen, and then you might cut off the letters. So now I'm going to come down here to the curve, and I'm just going to adjust it to how I want it. So I'm going to go down to about right there. I'm going to bring this in just a little bit more. Let's see. Okay. All right, so we're going to change the font. So the font, I'm going to keep all the font the same like how I did on his stole. So I'm either going to use the Gagarin or the Intro Rust. And I think I like Intro Rust because it just looks cleaner for a button. So I'm going to use that one, and I'm going to do my regular outline, of course. So I'm going to outline this white. Actually, not white. We are going to outline. Actually, you know what? Let's do the letters in purple. Going to do the letters in purple, and we're going to outline it in black. So we're going to come back over here, outline black, and we're going to change the thickness. Oh, I don't like that. I guess we can do it in white, but then, all right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to, all right, now let's go over to, let's go over to his name. So I want his name like this. So I'm just going to change the font on this one also. So I'm going to go over and use my intro rust. And so I don't like, I showed you guys this on the last video, but I don't like how spaced out the letters are. So I'm just going to come up here to spacing and line spacing. And I'm just going to move it to where I like it. So I like that. So then I'm just going to make his name just a little bit bigger. And then of course I'm putting a border around this. And we are going to use white again and change the thickness of it. And then I want it right here. And so we are going to leave the mascot here. And then under this, we're going to put class of 2025. And so let's add another text box. And then we're going to do the 2025 exactly how I did in that last video. And I'm going to change the spacing. I'm going to leave all the font the same on this one. And so we're going to change this writing to white. And then the thickness to black. Or how did, no. How I did it on the other one was the font was in black and the outline was white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this font to Sports World like I usually do. And tone down a little bit on that thickness. And then we're going to do our class of, that's going to be in purple. Outline in white. And then we're going to turn it, rotate it. Remember 90 degrees, like I said in that last video. Anytime you rotate anything to be vertical instead of horizontal, you want it to be at 90 degrees. Okay. So then I'm just going to group these together so they stay together and the sizing stays the same. And then there we have it. And so I do like how I put the paint splatter on the grad stole. So I'm just going to come up here to elements and type in paint splatter and get some of that paint. So I'm just going to make this bigger. Oops. So since the bottom part is already black, you won't see it down there anyway. So I'm just going to move this up and try to get more of that paint splatter in here. Okay, I think I like it there. Okay, so when you save this, so you want to bring this to the back. So you hit the position button and hit backwards. And like I said, if you go in here into layers, you can see that that is kind of pretty far in the layer. So you want to just bring it right before the the ombre. So if you do that, that makes the paint splatter behind everything except the ombre. So I know you can see paint splatter here, but you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to show you why. So this is how I make mines, okay? Now, once I'm done with this, what I go ahead and do is I send this over to the customer, let them approve it, blah, blah, blah. And so what I do is I come up here to file, save it. Okay, so once I'm done doing all of that, I go ahead and I hit share and I hit the download button and then I let mine download. And I know you still see, all this right here, but once we bring it over to Silhouette, I'm going to show you how to cut that off. So I hit the save button and then I come over here to Silhouette and then I merge that file in. So I have the business version of Silhouette. I never had the regular version. I started off with the business version. So I'm not sure what things you can and can't use in here. But like I said, this is just how I save it and print it. I'm pretty sure you can bring this over into Word. I've never done that. But if that's something that if that's a place where you typically do your printing, then you can do it from there. I don't print out of Canva for some reason. When I print out of Canva, my colors do not come out right. That is something I have not been able to accomplish yet. And honestly, I'm not even worried about it because I just bring it over here. So we're going to go into File, Merge, and then we're going to bring the button over. Okay, so the button is here. And as you can see, the dimensions are 3 and 3 inches by 3 inches, exactly where I want it to be. So I'm just going to come in a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here on this side where the shapes are, grab a circle, and then I'm going to make one 3 inches. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring it right over here. And it's going to snap into it. You see how it just snapped? So that's letting me know that's right at the 3 inches, the way I want it to be. So I'm just going to grab both images like this. Then I'm going to come over here to cut it. And then I'm going to hit not subtract. Excuse me. I'm going to hit intersect. So when I hit intersect, that takes away all that extra stuff from around the circle. Now, so what I do is I print at 3.1 or actually 3.018. 0.018 just to give myself a little bit of extra room when I have to cut it. So then come out, I duplicate this, and she wants 10 buttons. So I just duplicate it. So I'm going to be using 2 pieces of paper for this. And I print mine on photo paper. Now the photo paper that I get, I grab it from Walmart, and I'm going to have that in the description. You can probably grab it off of Amazon also. So what I'm going to do is I'll compare the prices and I'll see which one is the cheapest for you guys. I know me personally, some things I don't like to wait for in the mail, so I'll just go out and grab it. But I will have both options there just in case if you're like me, you want to just run out and go get it. Or if you rather wait and get it off of Amazon, if it's a little bit cheaper, save you a couple of dollars, you can get it from there. But I will have both options. And I just realized I did not send this to the lady so she can approve it. So I'm going to see if she's going to approve this and I'll finish the rest of this video. Okay, so she was definitely okay with the way I did it, and she actually ordered a bunch more, which is great. But okay, so what I do is I print mine on photo paper. I quickly learned when I made my first batch that first I put it on regular paper, then I did it on cardstock, and then I moved over to photo paper. Photo paper makes it look super glossy, super professional. Like, I highly suggest the photo paper. Now, let me go ahead and print this out, and then I will show you guys how I press it, and I will link the button press that I have in my description along with the buttons. Okay, so I have it printed out, and this is how it looks, and this is what I meant by the photo paper is super glossy, and it just, I mean, it overall looks professional. So I'm going to show you how to press. I'll do 2 of them because I need to get to work. So whatchamacallit. So this is what I do. You are going to need one of these 3-inch hole punchers. Not unless you want to just cut yours in a circle by hand. You absolutely can do that. I got this from Michael's. You see it says 3 inches on there. I got this from Michael's. It was $20. And you can see on this side. So this is what I'm going to be using to cut my my circles. I'm not going to cut them by hand because I'm lazy. And I bought that and it was not cheap. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And I'm going to show you how to do 2 of them. So I just go ahead and cut mine out. I noticed I have to cut closer to the line, to the edge here, in order for it to fit in this thing. So just going to place it in here like this. And then make sure it's lined up. And then you're just going to punch it out. Oh, Lord. Okay. And then out pops a perfect circle. So this is what I mean by if you leave too much space down here, it probably won't cut out. So you see what I mean? You see how when you put it in here, you're going to end up cutting the actual picture. So what I do is I just come in and I cut closer to the circle. I was too darn close. All right, so just place it in here and then line it up so you don't see any white. And then there you go. It just, you know, this thing just makes life easier. Like I said, I like to work smarter, not harder. So we have these 2 cut out. So I'm going to show you how to use the button press. So this is the button. This is the button press that I have. It's that green one that you can find on Amazon. So mine is missing a piece right here. It's supposed to look like that on this side. However, of course, I know how to make stuff work. So yours, so it's going to have 2 sticks right here. So it's supposed to have a stick here and then it has a stick here. And what it does is it stops you from going over, and it's supposed to stop this side from going over. But I'm a crafter, so I know how to make stuff work. So I just line mine up so like I'm supposed to. All right, so when you order your buttons, I'm going to link it in the description, of course. When you order your buttons, it's going to come with 4. It's actually going to come with 4 pieces. It's going to come with some white pieces of paper that look like this. Looks like cardstock. I do not use that. I just toss those. Or actually, you know what? I'm lying. I don't even toss them. I just push them aside because I will find something to use for it. I just don't use it for the buttons. And then it's going to come with this clear piece right here. It's a clear piece of film. It's going to come with the back. Looks like that. And then it's going to come with the top part of the button. Now, when you're doing this, you want to make, so these little, there's like some little holes right here. I don't know if you can see these holes, but, okay. These holes, okay, so with these holes right here, I don't know if you can see these holes. There's like a 3-layer part to this. That second layer you can twist. And then what it does is it has like these little sticks that come up out this hole. Or you can turn it this way and nothing comes out of the hole. Now, when you're doing this, we're going to start on the left side. So we're going to start with this part of the button. So you're going to push this over. Okay, push that over. So you're just going to place this right in there. See this groove right here? You're just going to place it right in there. That's all you got to do. You're going to take your picture, place it right on top, and make sure it is straight and it's facing up. The picture's facing up and is straight. So mine is as straight as it's going to get. And then you want to take that little clear film. What did I do with it? Where did that film just go? Oh, geez Louise. All right. Oh, here it is. All right, so you got your clear film. So what you're going to do is, so what I like to do is I just like to hold this right here. And then I like to place this clear film right over it. And so it fits perfectly in there. Now what you want to do is you want to move it to this side. And then you want to make sure, well, I have to make sure mine's is lined up. But if you have yours, you have that little bar there. So it's going to stop it from going too far. And so what you want to make sure is you want to make sure this middle section is turned to where you can't see those sticks coming out of these holes. I hope you guys can, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me, hold on. So you see here how there's 3 different layers. It's 1, 2, and 3. This middle piece actually moves. So what you want to make sure is when you're getting ready to press your button, you want to make sure that you don't see that. You don't want to see that stick coming through the hole. So you want to make sure you turn it so that way you don't see anything there, okay? Now, once it's like that, you can go ahead and grab a hold of this. Hold on, I got to mount this. Okay. Okay, go ahead and grab a hold of this part. And you are going to just press it down. And you're going to feel it click. Now, once it clicks, go ahead and release it and then push it this way. Well, before you push it this way, you need to make sure this white piece is in there. Now, this white piece is 2 sides. So you want to make sure this side is facing down. So this is how it's going to look in this hole. And you want to make sure that it's like, it's exactly like this. This piece is at the top. So once you make sure it looks exactly like this, because if not, once you press your button, the part where the pen is, it's going to be all lopsided and then the pictures will be upside down. So make sure it looks just like that. Go ahead and slide it over after you went ahead and, you know, pushed it down. And then you want to push down again. And this time you're actually going to grip it so that way you can feel that click. Once you feel the click, move it to the side and bring your button out. And we are done. There's your button. Easy peasy, right? So I'm going to do it one more time, but at a different angle. Okay, so so you want to grab your 3 pieces. You want your clear film, you want your back piece, which is the white piece, and then you want the top piece. So we're going to go ahead and if you want to, you can go ahead and place that white piece in here. I'm trying to see what is the best way to do this. Hold on, let me bring this up. Okay, there we go. All right, so get your 3 pieces, get your film, get your back piece, and then get your top piece. All right, so make sure you're using this side. Now, these are the only ones that I use. So I'm going to link this in my description. These are the only ones that I've used so far. So these are the ones that I know how to use. So this is the side where, you know, you go ahead and hook it on. And this is the other side of it. So you want to make sure this side is placed facing like that. And you want to make sure it's in there exactly like that. Now, when you move to the other side, you are going to place this in there. It's going to fall right into that groove. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get your picture that we cut out earlier, place it right here, and make sure it's straight. And like I said earlier, I like to hold mine down because I feel like if I don't, it starts to move around. So just go ahead and place that clear piece right on top of it. And then you're going to move this over. Make sure this is turned to where these sticks aren't coming through the hole. You do not want those sticks coming through that hole. So you can see me turning it. You see right here? That stick is going to be coming through the hole. You don't want it like that. You want to turn it this way. So now what you do is you get this lever and you just pull down. And then you hear a click. And then you know it's done because once you slide it to the other side, it's not there anymore. So you slide it all the way over. Do not move anything at all. Don't touch that. So then you want to hold it with both hands like this. And then you're going to hear that click. And matter of fact, you were able to see it. These little sticks come through the hole. And so once that happens, once you feel that click, you can move it back over and your button is complete. See? They're so cute, ain't they? Oh. Okay, so that is it for my tutorial for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too hard. I hope I showed you guys a couple of tips. I hope I helped somebody out, whichever the case may be. Make sure you like, comment, let me know how it helped you. Let me know how good the video was. Subscribe to my channel, share it with other people, and I will catch you guys on the next round. Bye.